Right then, my fellow shed warriors, it's 2021. Happy New Year. And when you come out in the morning, just say, whatever religion or beliefs you have, just look up skywards and just say, thank you for another day. Yeah, thank you for another day. And today is the first day of the rest of your life. I like this time of year because it brings to an end one year and starts another. Yeah, so whatever 2020 did to you, good or bad, it's now gone and put away in a box. It's now 2021. Let's see what it's going to do to us this year. Anyway. Yet again, I stole an idea off Scoutcrafter. He bought a load of little stuff, and I just thought, well, I would give you a quick or a full review of how I look after my little stuff. So here's my drawers full of little stuff. Some drawers, some little compartments have a compartment all to themselves. Let me see if I can find an example. But sometimes there's only half a drawer. So do you see how these were copper shaped and completely different to these? So I was able to mix those without them mixing together, identify them. So sometimes they have to share a space. Like for instance, now see here, I had black ones, and they took up a small space, but I needed a space. So when I put them in, I make sure there's a difference. Like I put those little screws in with the grey ones, and it should be a theme, you see. So if you are using one pocket for two things, because you need somewhere to put the stuff, that tends to be, I only had a few of them, but where do you put them? Well, because they're so different to what was in there anyway, they're going to stand out, aren't they? So they're going to be easy to find. The same here, look, I had a load of them in there, but it didn't really fill it. So I found something completely different, put it in there. So it's easy to spot it, as long as if you need the space and you need to put them together, as long as you make sure that they don't look the same and they're easy to identify, that's all right. I was just going to show you, sometimes when I get lots of washers, I just put them on the end of screws and put them in there. One way of sort of controlling them. We'll go up here now and we'll see what's in there. That one's a bit tough. There again, look, this is how I control my little stuff. That's my little size, or I haven't got a lot of, haven't got enough to put in a particular jar, so on and so forth, all the way down. Yeah, see, these are handy. Spacers, you need little spacers, just little, if you need a bit of a spacer. I try to put things together. That's what I try to do with all those. So having these little drawers are really handy if you manage to get hold of, something you don't use very often, but now and again you just need a little spacer, don't you? And just use them as a spacer, and in they go. Yeah, all the way to the bottom. Possibly one or two more. No, one more. That's where all some plugs were. Yep. Is it full to the last one? Yeah, full to the last one. So anyway, generally speaking, that's how I look after my little stuff. That's how I find my little stuff. But I also have it loose in jars. And I just show you, behind my spanners, I keep trays. I picked up trays. You might recognise these as aeroplane trays. If you're really nice to your people on your plane, have you seen these? Individually wrapped little cloths come out of the planes, they do. Yeah, at the aeroplanes, when you have a little cloth. I think they were the ones you microwave them. Anyway, and you get a little hot cloth to clean yourself. So what I do is, then if I'm really struggling to find a particular special thing, then obviously we have to search in the search. We have to search in the search, and we use the trays. Give them a quick wipe with WD-40, of course, so nice and clean. I keep these are the ones I use generally, but I keep a good selection. Get them, tip them out, sort them out, whatever you want to do, put in there, and then pour them back in. Obviously, giving them a drink as you go along. So yeah, so that's how I deal with my my spares. When I've got a lot more time and a lot more patience, I really should sort them out. Well, at least into washers and screws and whatever. But oh, it's such a tedious job. It's one of the jobs I should do, but I don't do. When I get to the bottom of I get things in buckets. So when I get to the bottom of the buckets and these are there, it's about as small as I get, and then I give up then, and I throw them all in a jar. So that's how I do my, that's how I deal with all my little tiny stuff, because, you know, putting them in jars and putting a bolt in front is one thing, putting a bolt on the top is another thing, but yeah, the real tiny stuff can be a right pain in the bum. Yeah, so Happy New Year to you all, and let's see what what adventures 2021 brings us.